Greetings YouTube and welcome back to another vlog. I hope everyone is doing well. I'm not doing too bad myself. So yeah, I've got a few things to talk about today. So the first thing that I will get into, believe it or not, I'm actually start doing the pickups first, get that out of the way. So yeah, I've got one game for the Sega Mega Drive, 3 VHS tapes in a collection of films from a certain director. I'll show you that in a second, and the DVD. So we'll get on with the game first. So yeah, this one is a Sega Mega Drive title. It's a Japanese game, and that is Darius 2. It goes by another name. It was released in America, but it goes by another name in America. I can't remember what the name of it's called, but it's not Darius 2. And I apologise if the dogs are barking, but the neighbours' dogs. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it, so obviously they're going to make an appearance in this vlog, whether I want them to or not. So we got to make do with them. So ignoring them, yeah. So this is a very good shoot 'em up by Taito. A very fun, difficult shoot 'em up. Had a quick go in it the other day. Didn't get too far in it, but the more I play on it, and yeah, the more I'll play on it, the further I'll get. So yeah. So yeah, as I say, there's the spine. Yeah, the camera might not be able to pick it up properly, but there is a bit of sun fade. But like I say, it's not really noticeable, but apparently there is. And then there's the back of the game. Yeah, I know the game's all in it. It's all in Japanese, and the seller that I bought this from, they looked after this really well. It's in near enough mint condition. So yeah, there's the instruction manual and the cartridge itself. Yeah, obviously it's all in Japanese, but because it's a shoot 'em up, obviously it's not too difficult to figure out the controls, what your power ups and all that lot does. But yeah, as I say, it works well in my PAL Mega Drive because a lot of early Mega Drive games were not region locked. So I have like this adapter thing that just goes into the Mega Drive, so you can like put a Japanese game in, because obviously the slot to fit the Japanese cards don't fit in like a European PAL Mega Drive. But yeah, thankfully, like I say, the game is not region locked, so. Yeah, and as I say, so obviously the game will play in 50 Hz, but surprisingly, the way they optimize the game, the music in the game, I mean, the music isn't really, it plays at the same speed as it does in 60 Hz, so there's no slowdown in the music. I mean, you do notice out of a lot of early Mega Drive games where if you play Sonic the Hedgehog, you will know that the music on the PAL version, we're talking about Sonic 1, plays just a bit slowly than it does on the American and Japanese one. But yeah, but I grew up with it in 50 Hz, so that's fine. But yeah, I don't care. I really like this one. And this was quite an early title, released in, I think it was 1990. Yeah, it says 1990 there. But yeah, this is a fun shoot 'em up, and I picked it up for a reasonable price, probably cheaper than what most would sell. It usually goes for over 50 or 60 quid. I think I got this for about 35, and that was on Buy It Now, so it is what it is. So yeah, then we'll show off the VHS pack that I've got. Yeah, it's 3 films from the same director. I think you know who I'm on about, and that is of course yeah, Alfred Hitchcock. So yeah, there's 3 films here. One of them is my favourite film of his, and my favourite horror film of all time. So yeah, obviously got the Alfred Hitchcock collection. So it's got Psycho, Rear Window, and Vertigo. All of these are absolutely phenomenal films. I love them. As I say, Psycho is my favourite Hitchcock film and my favourite horror thriller of all time. I fucking love that film. I don't know how I was introduced to it, but that's a really young age. But, you know, And the tapes of them are in mint condition. I mean mint. And it only cost me £6, so I can't really complain. So the Psycho there, the Psycho, the original, obviously. Then we have we have Rear Window and Vertigo. So I'm looking forward to watching these films again. But yeah, as I say, I probably will have to get more of Hitchcock's films because I think he's the greatest director of all time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching these films again. Obviously, this time on video, so I'll just put them back in the box like it comes in. So yeah, nearly fucking dropped everything then. So that's that. I'm looking forward to them. So yeah. Yeah, so Psycho was released in 1960, Rear Window 54, and Vertigo 1958. So there we go. And then the last DVD I bought, well, no, the last thing I bought, and it's a DVD. Yeah, I already own Phoenix Nights and Max and Paddy's Road to Nowhere, and I already have Karsha. So yeah, I got something Peter Kay related. And this was Peter Kay's very first ever show, and that is the show called That Peter Kay Thing, that came out. I think it was the very late 90s. Yeah, 99 it came out. So yeah, so it's just a random show where Peter Kay's like playing like random characters, and obviously 3 of those characters you would see in Phoenix Nights and Max and Paddy. Yeah, obviously you have Brian Potter, who everyone knows. Yeah, the Phoenix Club owner, and obviously the doorman and bouncer Max. So yeah, I'm looking forward to watching that. I mean, I've seen bits of it on YouTube. I've never watched it in its entirety. But yeah, and he's a funny character. That one, he plays some fire safety man called Keith Lard. Oh my god, it's absolutely hilarious. But yeah, I'm looking forward to giving that a watch when I have time. So yeah, those are the pickups. I thought I'd get those out the way first. So yeah, so it's been a busy few weeks for me. Yeah, I've had the living room sorted out. I've ripped up all the old carpet. Now it's now replaced with all wood flooring, new furniture like shelves and the usual stuff. I will say though, it was very time consuming. My back hurt a little bit. It's fine now, but as I say, in hindsight, it was worth it. It had to be done because it was looking a bit tired. You know, it looked like it'd seen better days. But yeah, as I say, it's really nice. Unfortunately, I forgot to take some photos to show it when I was planning to do this vlog. I forgot, but I've been a bit busy, so that's really it on that. But as I say, it's looking a hell of a lot better. I've got more room for my games and and films because it needed doing. It had to be done. So yeah, having all of that done, I was in a good mood. A really good mood, actually. But that was soured because at the end of last week, the boiler decided to just stop working altogether. As in, there was no heat coming from the radiator, so the house was really cold. And obviously there was no boiling hot water, so yeah, so I refuse to have a shower in cold water. I can't do that. So yeah, so I don't think I keep myself fresh anyway, but I don't know. I refuse to go in the shower or bath if it's freezing cold. Yeah, and it was weird though. Yeah, the day the heating went, it was really cold. But yeah, thankfully we had one of those electric heaters. Yeah, my god, they made the room warm, but they're very expensive to use because obviously electricity Yeah, electricity bills and all that lot. But yeah, earlier this week the boiler got sorted. All is good now. But it's always the way. How come the boiler always fucks up when the weather's cold, but then when it gets fixed or when it's working fine, the weather's suddenly warmer again? It's about 17 degrees where I am today. And yeah, I'd say we're definitely in spring now because my nose is running a little bit, my eyes streaming. But it's one of those things I love spring, but I hate it when it gives you I hate the fact that I have allergies, so my nose is running, my eyes are itching, and I want to scratch, but obviously scratching just makes things a hell of a lot worse than what they do. So yeah, that's really that. So yeah, we'll talk about Liverpool, and on Sunday, last Sunday, we played Newcastle United in the League Cup final, and it ended 2-1 to Newcastle. And I'll tell you what, the better team won on the day, because I'll tell you what, Liverpool looked absolutely leggy. It looked like we were a working skeleton crew. The players who you'd expect to be fit were not fit at all. So yeah, we were pretty much running on empty. In Newcastle, as I say, they prepared for this final, and it definitely showed throughout the whole 90 minutes, and however many minutes of extra time was added on. Because I'll tell you what, it could have been about 4-1 to Newcastle very easily. But yeah, the way Liverpool have been in the last couple of weeks, as I said, at first I was somewhat confident about us beating Newcastle, but as the days went on, that confidence just dropped for me. And I said, it's going to finish 2-1. But I didn't say to which team. I said it could either be Liverpool or Newcastle. And ended up being 2-1 Newcastle. So for them to win their first major trophy since 1955 is an incredible achievement. And you know what? They deserve it. I mean, I was disappointed that we lost. But I'm happy to see a new winner all the same, because we've all been seeing the usual big teams recently, like Man City, Liverpool, United, Chelsea. But yeah, Newcastle, and fair play to them. But I know some people say, but they're now bought by rich owners. But so, that's the way football goes nowadays, whether you like it or not. Yeah, the only thing now Liverpool could do is just concentrate on getting over the line and win the league, which I think we're good enough. We'll say we're good enough, but I think we'll just get over the line and do it. Whether we'll do it convincingly or we'll crawl over the line, the title is ours. So that's it. I didn't think we would be. If anyone asked me, do you think Liverpool would win the league? If someone had asked me that at the beginning of the season, I'd have snapped your hand off. I'd have thought, no, I'd have bitten your hand off, because I'm like, nah, this team ain't gonna do it. Yeah, has the Premier League season been great this season? No. Has the football been great? Not really. But do I care? Not really. Because I just want Liverpool to get the job done. I don't think we'll win it next year, but as I say, for now, just let us enjoy the moment, and then whoever wins it next year can enjoy their moment too. So yeah, and also good luck to whoever wins the Champions League. Yeah, so that's that. That's all I can really say on about the football. But yeah, and then England last night beat Albania 2-0. I didn't watch the game, but yeah, I expected us to win, because what is it with England? Every time we qualify, we always get the piss easiest teams. And people say, but your win record's great. That's the reason why. But the reason why our win record is great is because they always give us piss easy teams. Years ago, they used to always give us Germany, the Netherlands, Italy. They used to always give us abundance of tough games. And the only tough games that we get are usually the quarterfinals or the semi-finals. But yeah, the first win under Thomas Tuchel. Fair enough. A win's a win, I'm happy. But I will not watch England play unless we're actually playing against someone who's probably on our level, if not higher. Actually, no, probably higher. I don't even know how we're like ranked 4th in the world. I don't think we're anywhere near close to that in my personal mind. But obviously, the rankings for like FIFA and UEFA and all that lot, it's fucking weird. But yeah, that's why I just can't enjoy watching England the same way that I used to, because we used to always play the big teams more often. But the only time I notice now, the only time we really play these big teams isn't like is a fucking friendly. Yeah, I know the England game was a qualifier, but we're already going to qualify anyway. We're going to qualify to fail another fucking competition. Rinse and repeat. But obviously the media, they like to brainwash people into thinking that we can do something. That's the expectation, but we have to be realistic and say, no, we're not doing it. If we do, that'll be a massive, massive shock, but we're just not on the same level as the likes of Spain, Argentina, and all them other types of international teams. So that's really that. And I don't. Football's it's just not the same as it once was. Obviously, I'll still watch. I still enjoy it, but not in the same way. But it's getting to the point where I'm starting to watch other sports more often. Or at least other football leagues like Italy, like Serie A, La Liga, Bundesliga. I gotta be honest with you, those leagues are far better than the Premier League. But yet, the Premier League may be the most popular, but I gotta be honest with you, in recent times, the football just hasn't been up to scratch. It's as simple as that. It's all about PR this and PR that. We have to praise the team even when they fucking got relegated. I'm sorry, the reason why you got relegated is because you weren't good enough. It's as simple as that. You didn't win the league because you weren't good enough. Oh, you tried. Give yourself a pat on the back. Oh, yeah, the only difference between finishing like second or, 14th is that second place will get you, Champions League. But what's the point? I mean, unless such team goes on to win the Champions League or whatever, fair enough. But the thing is, it's always the same teams. It's like I say, I noticed they praise teams for finishing second or third, but they don't praise teams for actually winning the fucking thing. I've noticed that. They'd rather reward failure than success, because success, people frown upon it because they're fucking jealous. And you see footballers do something that these failed ex-footballers couldn't fucking do. That's all I can really say on the matter. They're jealous because they couldn't do it as footballers. They have these ones who are delusional to think that they were this world-class player when they were just bang average. Like, I remember, which footballer was it? Robbie Savage, that's right. He once claimed that he himself was a world-class player. Yep, that's what he said. I mean, when you think of world-class players, you think of like the ones from past the present. You think of like Cristiano Ronaldo. You think of Messi, Zinedine Zidane, Raul, Oliver Kahn. I don't know who else could have mentioned. Roberto Carlos. Players like that. They're ones that you think are world-class because they've played for like the big teams. Like a lot of them, like Real Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, Juventus, Bayern Munich. Yeah, but then you get delusional British players who think they're world class when they're not. And let's have a look at. I will list some of the clubs that Robbie Savage played for. Leicester City. I mean, fair enough, he won the League Cup with them twice in '97 and 2000 under Martin O'Neill because he was the manager of Leicester. That's it. That's the only credentials he's got. And then he played for Birmingham City. Fair enough, he weren't too bad for them, but world class, I don't think so. A club like Birmingham City, yeah, they were in the Premier League at that time, but a team like Birmingham City classed as world class, give your fucking head a wobble. And yeah, and this is the same Robbie Savage that played in Derby County's team from 2007 to 2008. The one who got promoted to the Premier League. They played all 38 games. Guess how many of those games they won out of those 38? You want to guess? Some of you probably know the answer, but I know some of you don't. I'll give you a few seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have you got it? Yeah. Out of those 38 games, they only won, and this ain't no fucking joke, they won 1. You heard me correctly. 1. They won 1 of the 38 matches, and that win came against Newcastle. It was a 1-0 win. Yeah, so they won 1 game out of 38, and you have the fucking balls to say that you're world class. Yeah, I mean, Derby haven't been back in the Premier League since then, and I feel sorry for the Derby fans, though, the Rams. But yeah, as I say, Derby County's record was 1 win, 8 draws, and 29 losses. Yeah, 29 defeats in a 38-game season, and you call yourself world-class, Robbie Savage. Fucking hell. I know he just sounds like the sort of person, he's so far up his own arse that he probably gets a mirror. He gets a massive mirror so he can wank himself off in front of it. That's the fucking standard. I mean, a lot of English players or whatever, Scottish players and all that, most of them are alright, but as I say, a lot of them are just up their own ass. They're thinking they're better than they actually are, but they don't have the trophies or the stats to back it up with. I mean, but saying that, David Beckham, he's one of the most successful British players of all time. Part of the treble-winning team with Man United. He played for Real Madrid with the Galacticos. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Frank Lampard, he had the credentials. What a player he was. Paul Scholes. Gerrard, even though he never won the Premier League, and that one still hurts, but it is. It's one of those things. But yeah, we'll move on to that. So, my friend Del Boy, he left a comment yesterday, and he wanted me to name what I think are the 10 best James Bond themes going. If anything, I mean, there's 5 I really like. The other ones, I could just take it or leave it. So I'll mention my favourite ones. My favourite, I mean, it's not my favourite Bond film, but it's one of them. But my favourite theme used in a Bond film ever is Paul McCartney with Live and Let Die. That's up there, that's fantastic. Duran Duran with A View to a Kill. In my opinion, the weakest Roger Moore film, but that song is fantastic. I like that. The Living Daylights by Aha, and I really like that film as well. Yeah, Timothy Dalton, but yeah, that's the only Timothy Dalton film I like, because I didn't really like License to Kill. Other songs, Carly Simon, The Spy Who Loved Me, which is my favourite Bond film of all time. Number 5, which one do I go for? Number 5. I like the one that Sheryl Crow did for Tomorrow Never Dies. So I think they're my 5. Then the other ones I'll just go for, I'll say, yeah, The World Is Not Enough by Garbage. Yeah. Goldfinger, obviously, you gotta have that. Yeah, Shirley Bassey. Which one? And obviously, you got Diamonds Are Forever. I need 2 more Bond themes, so to be honest with you, I'm trying to think. I knew this one was going to be fucking difficult. I'm trying to think. GoldenEye by Tina Turner, obviously. But the thing is, I like the film GoldenEye. It's the only one with Pierce Brosnan I like. But obviously, I like the game on the Nintendo 64 more. And the last one, if I'm being honest with you, it's going to be a bit tricky. Jesus Christ, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. Probably For Your Eyes Only by Sheena Easton. I mean, it's not a favourite of mine, but I think it's one of the better ones. Yeah, so they're my 10 James Bond themes. But yeah, any other ones? I mean, the one that Sam Smith did was absolute fucking tripe. Skyfall, as great as a film that was, the song that Adele did brought the tits off of me. But yeah, as I say, I'd say there's not really that many James Bond themes I do like, but my favourite is Live and Let Die by Paul McCartney and Wings. So that's that. That's all I can name for them. So yeah. I mean, I could do another top 10 right about now. So we'll do a top 10 flavoured we'll do top 10 favourite Sega Mega Drive games. Why not? We'll do that. My favourite game on the Mega Drive. Probably maybe my favourite 2D platformer and overall, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 has to be. Sonic 2, then Sonic 1. Yeah, actually, Sonic 1, I love that game, even though there's no spin dash. The original Sonic. Streets of Rage 1, I slightly prefer it than Streets of Rage 2, but Streets of Rage 2 is there, so that's 4. Other games were like Rocket Knight Adventures. That game's fantastic. I like that. Dynamite Heady. Revenge of Shinobi. That game's fantastic. Only completed a handful of times because it's tough. 8. Probably Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition, but you have to play that with a 6-button controller, because if you played it with the 3-button Mega Drive controller, you have to select between punches and kicks by pressing start, and I don't really like doing that. But yeah, play it with a 6-button controller, you're good to go. Number 9, Quack Shot starring Donald Duck, fantastic platformer. And number 10, I'll probably go for a shoot 'em up. Thunder Force 4, I'll go for that one. But there's other good shoot 'em ups on there, like Truxton, which is superb. I know I don't have that game, but I used to play all the time on emulators. I used to always get to the second to last level. There's only 5 in it, but I always used to get like level 4 on it. At times, though, sometimes I struggle getting past level 3. But yeah, the game itself, the difficulty goes up in 5 stages, so you get like 5 different difficulties. So you have to play through the game 5 times, which I couldn't even beat it as on the easiest level. But even then, like I say, most shooting was the toughest hit. So usually if you just get hit by them, you die. You die virtually straight away and you lose all your power ups. So it's annoying sometimes because every time you do that, you have to turn the game off and you got to restart the whole fucking game from the very beginning, which is a bit of a bastard, but it does games for you. That's what it was like in the very early 90s, late 80s. So yeah, I think I will end the vlog here. I wasn't sure whether to do a vlog today or tomorrow, but I thought, you know what, since I got a bit more time today, I'd get it out of the way. And voila, that's what I've done. So anyway, I hope you all have a good day, good weekend, a good year, whatever. Anyway, I hope you all have a good time, and I will see you all very soon. Take care.